Well, I was saying to some of the players, I don't think I've been so happy about a tie in my life. Except it's like, oh, we tied one up in stoppage time not too long ago, right? So, whether like equalizing is important, and especially going down. I thought we actually played very well that game. From the majority, we had a couple turnovers, and they finished really well. I mean, that's what good players are going to punish you for your mistakes. So we have to just just really tighten up in our possession in especially the defensive half. But we went down right after the first goal and got a header off of the post. We had, it seemed like 4 or 5 corners right in a row. So you could see our mentality. We were pushing. We didn't let it really affect us, and that was huge to see that. Players that came in were fantastic and just willing to go wherever. You saw Abby and Julie interchanging on that right flank, and we just told them both, it's like fly. Like we have nothing to lose at this point. Just fly at them. Jordan getting in there and doing her thing, and what a great goal with Kayla's header attacking. She felt bad about that first goal with her turnover, so she was really excited to get that one back. And then we just, you just feel, I just knew at the time it felt like the clock was our opponent, because I felt like another goal was coming, but was it going to come in time, because we didn't have much time left. So there's something to be said for this game and earning this point. I think it's important going forward.
Amanda, I don't know if you can really put into words the last 8 minutes of play. What happened with this team in stoppage time to kind of grind it out, especially how the first 90 minutes went, and then to get that first goal and feel the confidence to try and get that second? Can you just put into words kind of what that means, not only for yourself, but for the team as well?
When you get that goal, I mean, just soccer is such a game of momentum. So when you get that, and the old adage is 2-0 is always like a dangerous score, because a team feels comfortable. There's not much time left, and so they're on their heels a little bit, or they feel like they're playing not to concede. But then when they do that, they tend to maybe back off too much, be a little bit more tentative. So I think we just took advantage of that, and getting that first goal, it's just a breath of life and energy, and you could feel like all over the field, like when they're running back and we're ready to go again, like all of our players are like on the line, just like, let's go get that ball and play. You could tell, like it was just like, we're coming at you again, and that's that feeling gives me chills. Like think about it a little bit. And when we scored to equalize, Michelle Aker said I hurt her, because she came to hug me, and she said I just like bear hugged her so hard. I think I had superhuman strength, as I was just, the whole bench, it just felt like we were all bouncing off of each other, hugging, and because that's what it means. We work really hard, and we want to see results. We want to get a result at home for these amazing fans. So you can see how meaningful it was by how hard they worked at the end, and how the bench was, and the just excitement around it. And I was really happy for the fans to get that equalizer.
Amanda, this team is kind of made a habit of getting these late goals when they're just reacting and moving the ball quickly and with purpose, where a lot of normal time it's maybe not moving quite as quickly with as much purpose, or it's a little bit slow. How do you translate that and get that play, not quite the desperation that you have at the end, but get everything a little bit more quicker, a little bit more precise during the whole game?
Yeah, I mean, ball speed is something I was yelling out a couple times during the game, like ball speed, and just changing direction, changing their mind, and everyone needs to be mindful too of that. That was the end of a really long stretch. So we didn't even have a full week from the Sunday game to a Friday game after a 3-game week. So there were still tired legs on the field with, I think especially our outside backs, our center backs. There was a lot of tired legs. So that's with fatigue comes those mistakes, or the ball speed's not quite where it needs to be. So we're in training we are. Trying to get them in situations where they have to make decisions under pressure, move the ball quicker, recognize pressure. So we're doing things, whether we're sometimes bringing the sidelines in or making the field shorter so they can pressure each other, and put each other in situations they're going to see on the field. Like they pressure really well. Washington has a lot of team speed, and we just have to you can see in the first half we got kind of trapped on the left sideline. Like, how do we get off the sideline and find our midfielders to then open up to whether it's a diagonal ball or a back through scenario? So we have to be better at recognizing what they're doing and moving the ball quicker through the lines and breaking that pressure with our ball speed and with that targeted pass. And we've done it at times, but tonight I think, like you said, it wasn't as 2 games ago. It was slow, and tonight was better, and something just to keep improving on.
Thank you. For your coach. Coach, the team is missing an amazing player, attacking player like Marta. When you see the effort that Jordan Listro did tonight, Arbelo and Navi switching sides and going up and down, and Viviana and Cloud running the whole field, how do you feel as a coach that you are still missing this player but creating opportunities to score, and especially at Washington Spirit, who has like 6 players in the national team?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. They're defending champions for a reason, and having young players come on the field and be creative and be decisive and, getting assists, that bodes well for this team going forward. When I see Marta, I go back and watch film from previous games, like the very first game in the Challenge Cup where we were at home, and I'm watching that film. And I see Marta on the field. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so smooth, and she does this and that. It's like, how do we? The players that we can put in certain spots to. That's why we put Carrie Abello on the right side to come in with her left foot to see if that would be effective. She ended up getting a really good left-footed shot in that inside, like right off top of the 18. So we have players we can maneuver in different spots to try to be more creative, either on our build or in the attacking third. And you see the younger players stepping up and doing it.
Hi Amanda, how are you?
Good.
Amanda from Scoreboard TV. Amanda, what do you think about Viviana, not just tonight, but on the 2 last games that she's been playing? She really owns that position between the midfield and the defenders. And I just want to hear from you. And if I have another shot, dead ball situations. You were talking about practice. We have 8 corners tonight, and we didn't create options. We have around 4 to 6 free kicks, and we didn't create options.
I think the corners we did create, we hit the ball off the post, but we had good service, I think, on both. Like there was a free kick late that came in and it bounced, and I was like, that's a great ball. Anytime a ball bounces, because that's someone sliding in, that's so hard to defend. I'm not sure why we didn't have the runners there, because they all have their set runs that need to be making. That tells me there's some tired legs that didn't get in there, but I thought those services were good, and now we have to then execute on the other end. Regarding Viviana, I thought she was tremendous tonight. This is her first 90-minute game back, and she's just going to get better and better. You see her comfort on the ball, how smooth she is, and she can really start to run the show as a pivot and help those in front of her. When Jordan went in, I told Jordan to be the 6 more and send Vivi up. But I think because Vivi was a little tired, Jordan went for it. So I love when they do that. Nothing's ever set in stone between those midfielders. There should be some rotation. So I love that Jordan took the initiative because she had the energy and she went forward, obviously, and it worked out.
Amanda, I was asking Darian a few minutes ago about the pressing from teams. Just about every team in this league presses, but they all do it very different ways. For tonight, it seemed like there were moments where players thought they had too much time and were rushing, and then too little time and taking their time. How do you kind of differentiate between the two and get your players to kind of understand what team's pressing and how much time they actually have?
Yeah, I mean, we know this team well, so it's not a surprise how they press, and we all go over it in the scout and video. So on the field, it's just the awareness of taking your looks before you get the ball. Like, where is everybody? And it sounds so simple to do, but it's actually a very good, if you watch a player like Messi or Iniesta, and they've done, there's videos of them, how many looks they take in 5 minutes of a game. It's incredible. There's constantly, De Bruyne, constantly searching and seeking, and it's not only about where the defenders are, but where their own teammates are, so they can play quicker and play that blind ball, so they know if they should be playing something 1 or 2 touch. I think sometimes we make our decisions and then don't change based on what the defender's doing, and that's what we got to change our mind. We got to make sure we play quicker when you're under pressure, or commit somebody to create an overload or a 2v1 scenario. So again, these are all things I think as the team gets more comfortable with each other. Just remember, these are a lot of new players in this group, and even though we've had quite a few games, there's players that are new in the team. As far as just getting minutes, like a Jordan and Viviana, and even Abby and Julie getting Bello. Like they're not necessarily have played for a year together yet. There's still a lot of growth to be had, and so there's a lot of tactical positional play that we're going to be working on. And again, video is always a great teacher of the game because it doesn't lie, and we can keep showing them what they've done well and what we need to improve on.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, everyone.
It's still a win just because of what we overcame, and I think we built the momentum to have games like that, and hopefully we can just keep building and start games with that same energy we ended with.
Recording in progress. We're going to start with Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Hi, Darian. Congratulations on the latest goal in NWSL history. It seemed like as the 90th minute came, the offense started going into a bit more, let's say, just
Direct.
Mm-hmm. How did that kind of change the complexity of the game, just for how Washington was playing for those 90 minutes? They were pressing high, and then as soon as you started throwing numbers at them, it kind of created a lot more chances. Just kind of walk me through that last 8 minutes.
Yeah, they scored 2 good goals, really off of our own mistakes. And I think like I said before, we persevered, and once we started breaking that first line of press and then just playing where they had their gaps, which is behind their outside backs, we were really able to get crosses in, cross after cross, corner after corner, and we just had them, I think, on their heels, turned around, chasing towards their own goal, and 2 goals resulted from it, pretty close together. So, I think we just took advantage of what they were giving us, and started keeping the ball a little bit better and just daring to take chances and trusting each other that it was going to work out. And a big thing that I think is we were actually setting ourselves up hoping it was going to come out in front of us, as opposed to us already thinking that they were going to win it. And so I think that's where we started to have the advantage.
We'll go to Mike Sisser.
Adrian, congrats on the comeback and the goal.
Thank you.
You guys have been doing a very good job of scoring very late in games. How do you take this performance and translate it so that you're not having to score twice in stoppage time to get a result?
Yeah, I just think we need to do better when we're in possession earlier in the game. I think that's been a theme for us all year with our results going down in the first half, 2, 3, sometimes 4 goals, unfortunately. So a lot of those goals too are just transition from when we lose it in the back near our goal. So I think just taking care of the ball better, working on building out, securing passes, breaking opponents' lines, and then attacking and letting our forwards and attacking players actually enjoy the ball in the attacking half and make teams feel how we've been feeling is kind of the next step. And I think we just need to take advantage of first 5 to first 10 to first 15 and just keep that mentality in games.
Ronzo, then Derwin.
Hi there, congratulations for the goal.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, during the game, the coach called you and you guys were talking in the second half. What was the indications, the words at the end of the game?
What were the, sorry?
Indications, what was she?
What was she telling me?
Yeah.
Telling me I need to defend better, basically. I have always loved that about Amanda. She's super clear and super direct, and you're going to get exactly what you need to get, which I really appreciate. And so she just told me I needed to not let my defender basically go by me and just hope I can chase her down, but be able to get in her face and close the ball down more, which I agree.
Darian, how are you? Erwin Bustamante from Sport Bar TV. Congratulations about not just the goal, but you have 90 minutes today. And by seeing a currency in the final third, you had the higher number, 66.7. So great job tonight. You were talking about energy. What do you think that the team needs to start with that energy from the first second of the game?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think we've been giving teams too much respect. Every team in this league is athletic, fast forwards, every team presses. And so I think we shouldn't be surprised by that or taken aback by it. And we just need to play through our challenges, play through mistakes, and not get put on our heels or like we're doubting ourselves. And myself included, I think that's just an energy and mentality that we need to change moving forward. And I think, we have a young team, we have people coming, we're basically a new team, and so those things take time to put together, and I think tonight was a really good example of how we can persevere. But like I said before, we really just need to have that energy and mentality and togetherness, and I want to curse, but screw it mentality, and just go for it, and really not give teams so much respect. Everyone's human.
We'll wrap up with Austin.
Darren, you kind of mentioned with the team pressing, how every team presses. Tonight it seemed like there were moments where you guys were feeling a bit rushed from that press and kind of just booting balls downfield, and then there were other times where you weren't expecting the press, then they were coming and taking the ball from you. How do you kind of figure those moments out throughout the course of the season, knowing that every team is going to press in very different ways,
Yeah.
but you know that they're going to be coming at you?
Yeah, I mean, it's all in our preparation going to games, and studying film and really applying it when we're at training. And, I think soccer is a game of mistakes. So I think really the biggest thing is, everyone's going to press. You're going to have different athleticism. People are going to play differently, different personnel. It's just how we overcome when we make a mistake. Those are going to be the best teams. And so I think if we had that mentality tonight in the second half, and I think if we can start games like that, and that just becomes a part of our identity as Orlando Pride, we're going to be unstoppable.
Thank you, Darren.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Before the game started, she had just said, own your role and, be grateful for whatever role you can play in the game. So she also said, what can you do? So I knew that there was tired legs on the field, so I just tried to work for my teammates, and, luckily I got that assist and we were able to tie the game. So, yeah, I just tried to bring as much energy as I could.
Awesome.
Jordan, congrats on the draw late into it.
Thanks.
You were a part of both of those goals right at the end. Normally you're playing kind of more of it as a central midfielder. In these instances, you were kind of getting forward and being more of just an extra attacker. Was that something that you kind of moved into that role a little bit later in the game, or was that kind of in the plans, or just kind of your feeling?
Yeah, I think it was just my feeling. I knew that there were players that were obviously, hitting the 90-minute mark, and I knew I had fresh legs, so those extra runs I thought would be the best for me to do. So I just put myself higher on the field, and it worked out.
Jordan, congrats on the assist.
Thanks.
It really, as time wound down in normal time, and even in the first couple minutes of stoppage time, it kind of seemed likelier for the Spirit to score a third than you guys to score a first, but then something happened. What changed in your mind?
I just think we never gave up, honestly, and there's so many great girls on this team that are going to work for each other, and we didn't put our heads down. We thought, okay, there's still time. There's a lot of extra time, and, if the ball bounces in the Spirit direction, it's fine. We're all going to work for each other and, try and build the attack, and it worked out.
Awesome.
Thank you. Congratulations on the assist. But also, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel personally the trust that the coach gave you, and you, besides the assist, you participate also in the second goal?
Yeah, I'm just so happy to be back with the Pride, and obviously I think you can see that. Just, I'm happy to be on the field with them. I love being around the coaches. They give you confidence to, play your best, and I think that shows in every one of us. So Amanda definitely gives me the confidence to, do whatever I can on the ball and not be scared of making mistakes.
Go with our pen, Erwin and Austin.
How are you? How you doing? Erwin Bustamante from Sport Bar TV. I wonder what was the communication or the coaches what told you in the halftime. It sounds we had a rough first half, but the second half the team completely changed. What was it say?
Yeah, I think we got unlucky by Darian hitting the post in the first half, but it gave us confidence that, we're still in the game. It's only 1-0. So when we came out in the second half, we were like, okay, we're still in this game. It's only 1-0. Let's try and, bring as much energy as we can, high press, and we did that.
Jordan, just for you personally, coming back into the Pride team, it's very different from when you were here just a little while ago. Coaches, players, everything has kind of changed. What kind of about the Pride has kind of made you feel at home just for the short couple of months that you've been with this team and feel kind of different from that first time around?
Yeah, I think Amanda's style of play is different. I think she wants to possess the ball and keep possession of the ball, and I really like that. And we're able to break down teams with small passes instead of, more longer balls, which I think works well for this team. So I do really love her style, and I think it's great for this team as well.
Anything else, guys? Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.